to another week of Children's Church Online. My name is Lydia Sims, and I'll be leading you in our lesson today. Today we are starting the first in a series of lessons on Moses. We'll be starting by looking at how Moses got his beginnings and what happened to him when he was a baby. When Moses was a baby, his life was threatened, and he was saved because of the compassion of a princess. What does compassion mean? And who is this princess? Let's find out while I tell you the story. In today's story, we find out a new Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, who is not as nice as the previous king. He doesn't like the Israelites and decides to make them his slaves. When that wasn't enough, he declared a law that all boys should be killed. How do you think the Israelite mothers and fathers felt about this new law? How would you feel? Jochebed was a Hebrew woman who loved her baby boy so much that she was willing to give him up by putting him in a basket and placing him in a river. Have you ever loved something so much but were willing to give it up to someone else? How hard was it to give it to someone else? I know a story of my nephew. When his little brother was born, he actually gave away his favorite toy to his new little brother. It was really hard for him to do, but it meant a lot, and it was a way for him to show love. Miriam was this baby boy's older sister, and it was her job to keep an eye on the basket containing her little brother. When she saw that the baby was found by the king's daughter, she was afraid he would be drowned. But when the princess showed compassion for the baby, Miriam knew things would be okay. Have you figured out who the baby is? When was the time that you've taken care of something that wasn't yours? Have you ever taken care of a friend or a neighbor's pet? Returned a lost toy? The king's daughter, the princess, showed compassion and took the little boy she found and made him her own son. She named him Moses and gave him a life that was better than anyone could have imagined. So now, after learning about Moses' beginnings and what happened to him when he was a baby, what is the meaning of compassion to you? To me, compassion is caring and showing concern towards someone else who is experiencing misfortune, just like the princess showed compassion for poor baby Moses, who had been left in a basket floating along the Nile River. Let's look at today's memory verse together. It comes from Deuteronomy, chapter 31, verse 8. The Lord is the one who is marching before you. He is the one who will be with you. He won't let you down. Don't be afraid or scared. I wonder if Moses was scared, a little baby left alone in the reeds in the Nile before the princess found him. I want to close today by showing you a video of what the Nile River looks like today. It'll give you some context for this little baby being left in such a big, scary river, and what Moses' mother had to do, the sacrifice that she made for him, and how scared she must have been. And you'll also see then how important it was that he was rescued and saved by the princess. I'd like to close today with a prayer. Please bow your heads. Dear Lord, please show us compassion during our time of misfortune. Help us to show compassion for the people we love. Amen. We'll see you guys next week.